What do you got?
Urban, can you explain the viral video from your place over the weekend?
Yeah, I just apologize to the team and staff and for being a distraction, just stupid. And so I explained everything that happened and owned it, and just stupid. Should not have myself in that kind of position.
Urban, did you fly back with the team, or did you stay in?
No, I stayed to see the grandkids, and we all went to dinner that night at the restaurant, and then there's a big group next to our restaurant, and they wanted me to come over and take pictures, and I did. And they were trying to pull me out on the dance floor, screwing around, and I should have left.
How did the team react? I mean, they're probably pretty reactionary. Or, how did they take it, your apology?
Well, I've always been so defensive of them. I remember when Trevor told me he was going to go to Vegas for his bachelor party. I mean, I was just, my gosh, man, be careful and surround yourself, and because I've seen this happen, and I just. So the team. I spoke to a bunch of leaders one-on-one. Spoke to all the players. They're good. They were focused on Tennessee, and I apologized again for being a distraction. And a coach should not be a distraction.
How about your family? Did you feel a need to apologize to your family?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah, that's not me, and it's oh yeah, they're upset.
Have you talked to Shad Khan about it, and what was that conversation like?
I did talk to Shad, and very supportive, and Trent, I talked to him obviously at length. Right when I got that phone call that night, the next night. This is after, the Bengals game. Had two tough injuries, but our offense played their best game. Trevor was really sharp, took care of the ball, made really good decisions pretty much the entire game. LaVisca played his best game. Offensive line was very consistent. A tale of two halves. First half, we held him 18 yards rushing, and other than a 30-yard pass to start the game, it really kept them in check. Obviously a good team, and the second half we just couldn't get off the field on defense. Joe got fire, and was identifying mismatch, and we had about 4 or 5 critical errors. Really had to put ourselves in position to go win a game, and we didn't do it.
Even beyond the conversation you had with your team this morning regarding this weekend, what was the vibe, since obviously everyone was off this weekend following that tough loss?
They're focused on, I think the reality is that the AFC South is within striking distance. But we saw the Phoenix Cardinals go out and play extremely well against the Rams, and we're just trying to gauge ourselves. This team's a much different team than it was week 1, week 4. I mean, that in a tough environment, go up there and play like our players played. Very proud of them. I mean, they came out and smoking. They came out. Hung in there in the early stages. Anytime you go into an arena like that Cincinnati, a really good crowd that night, and Trevor's poise. Our tempo got screwed up a couple times with we had to burn a couple timeouts, a little bit too much substitution. We're going to work through that. And then one time his helmet went dead, so we had to change helmets on him. But I mean, the team's a much better team than it was week 1. Now we just got to keep improving.
Do you have a timetable for DJ Chark's recovery and then also AJ Cann?
Yeah, it's going to be a while. Okay. I'll know more soon, but they're going to be on IR. I'm not sure when we officially do that. Walker Little's back. Roy Roberts is back. And someone's got to step up. Barch went in and played pretty well when he was in there. He's been one of our most improved players.
Urban, are you concerned at all that this whole distraction is going to impact how you can lead guys, or how you have to lead guys differently if maybe somebody has a similar kind of distraction during the year?
I am concerned about that. I have a very good relationship with our players. I've dealt with this not on the other side, but with staff members and with other things, and I've dealt with it. So to say I'm concerned, yeah, I am concerned, but I just got to, do right.
Extra time away, how would you evaluate your team, and how much have you been able to sort of change things or the way that you would want to change them over the next couple of weeks?
Well, there's a big difference between once you had the Arizona Cardinals, who are a good team, that we had them, if we make those 2 extra points, I believe it was 21-10 or something like that. And then the second half against, so I'm really looking into that. I met with the coordinators. What can we do differently to get that energy and consistency and whatever adjustments that we have to make? Because the first half, especially the last 2 games, were pretty powerful.
Are you impressed with how Trevor's sort of looked? He's progressed
yeah.
week.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's a hard worker, and obviously Schottenheimer is doing a really good job with him. And the best thing was he took care of the ball, made right decisions. He used his legs when necessary. You'd think the first couple games that wasn't existent. He scrambled to the right, threw the ball down the field. He got a couple first downs with his legs. He got down when he should have got down. He scored a touchdown. He's playing Trevor. He's playing like Trevor's skill set. Fantastic. And the team sees it. You see it in practice. Very marked improved player right now.
Despite the 0-4 start, this division right now, not many great records going on right now. You're playing the leader this weekend. You can basically get your team right back in the thick of the race. So have you talked to them about that opportunity that, you got a break yesterday with the Titans losing? Have you talked to them?
That's how we started the
opportunity
meeting.
is?
That's how we started. I let the unit leaders, but that's the way the meeting started today. Is the reality is where do we stand, and the reality is that when you turn on the videotape week 1 to week 4, it's a marked improved team, and if you continue to make strides, which young teams, new systems, you would expect that, and I see it clear as day. I can see it. I can see it in practice. Here's a new system, a new group of players, a lot of newness everywhere. The one area that's been really consistent is kicking. Nick and Carlos have done a very good job. We're I think that's 4 from 4, other than we had some missed field goals earlier. But our coverage units and effort has been outstanding. So one phase, we're 4 for 4.
As a follow-up, how long were you into the job before you started getting message, which is, the message from this fan base or this organization about how hated the Titans are in Jacksonville, and
Day one.
technically they could be the team up north, right? I mean, technically.
Schott actually said that. I think there's a respectful rivalry there, and they've been good, and there's a lot of push against that team. So day one, I heard about it.
How do you envision replacing Chark? And then with Bart sliding in, who do you see as your backup swing tackle?
Well,
Shadley
Walker Little's back. He was gone for a while with COVID.
I'm sorry, your backup swing guard. That's what I meant to say.
Right.
Sorry.
So you have our next, Will Richardson has been really another marked improved player. He was our swing tackle. He would probably go to our swing guard. We're going to finalize that today. And Walker would be the swing tackle. And then receiver position, the guy that just keeps making plays for us is Agnew. He's been a receiver for a year, and you talk about a workaholic and a grinder. He's little, but he plays bigger than he is. Made a heck of a play Sunday. And then you have Tyron, who's marked improved. He's a very talented guy, the guy we got from the Chargers. And then you got Devin Smith, and you got Treadwell. They're fighting for that last spot.
Urban, have you and Joe had any conversations on getting the defense to not come out so cold in the second half,
Yep.
as far as adjustments and things like that?
Yes, we have. There's no conclusion yet. That's ongoing, that conversation. We've identified 5 critical errors that, just turning guys loose and, just unacceptable. And hold a team to 18 yards rushing in the first half, and I want to say 100 yards passing, and then the second half was nothing close to that. So yes, we've had that conversation, and there'll be some conclusion here in the next few days.
Do you know if the answer is to get more or less aggressive on the pass rush, or, at this point?
We have to get more. We're not getting a 4-man pass rush like we need, and when we do bring pressure, we're not getting home a lot. So that's a big concern right now.
In a 3-4 defense, Josh Allen is going to play some linebacker and drop into coverage. We get that. But do you feel like he's doing that too much? I mean, what he does best is rush the passer.
Yeah, and he's got to make more of an impact when he does rush the passer. But you're right, and we've had conversation about that, and that's going to take another hard eval of it this week.
What's the update on Josh Lambo?
Josh Lambo's back with us. He's going to compete for a kicking spot this week.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.